Good Monday morning, Sonor family. Jules here. I am almost 100%. Glad to be back on track and had a good week last week. I was out of the office, so to speak. Had a good weekend. It's Monday morning, fresh start for a week for all of us. Uh, First day of work for a work week for a lot of us. And anyway, hope everybody's got good things going on this week. Sold another King Kong case, highly considering another order. Add on to what I've already got. Replace the 581 case I just sold. Possibly a couple of extra specialty cases. Uh, a couple of cymbal cases. They're hot sellers. Buzz really has a phenomenal ATA style cymbal case. And, like I've said before, these aren't for everybody. If you're okay with sticking your cymbals in a bag, and carrying them around that way, which is fine for a lot of people, you're not going to want to invest in an ATA style case. They're cumbersome, they're heavy, and they're not free. So, they're not for everybody. The same with the snare cases. The snare cases, if you've got a $300 snare drum, you're not going to want to spend $400 or so on a snare case. And I get that. And these things kind of sell themselves. It's one of those things where somebody that has a specific need because they have a particular snare drum type, they're not going to mind the investment for the case because they understand what they've got and they want to take care of it. So no worries either way on that point. Um, on Reverb, I have ended or frozen or whatever all of my Sonor listings right now. And right now, all I've got out there is King Kong cases. I've got two listed. I've got a few other options available, including some personal stuff that I've had for a couple of years. And I'm probably going to put it all on there soon. But what my plan is with the Sonor stuff is work it out in rotation. If I've got an item that's been sitting out there and it's a specialty item, um, over time I feel like it kind of yeah, I'm not a psychologist or anything, but I feel like things kind of lose value when they sit there too long. A quick example. I used to handle all of our repo stuff when I worked for a finance company, and the manager would get kind of, greedy, I guess, on some of the repos or overly optimistic. Let's use that word, overly optimistic. And she would let those cars sit there, and sometimes would have some decent offers on them, and she would pass them over, thinking that somebody was going to come in with money bags and just have to have that car and pay an outlandish amount for it. And ultimately, what would happen is after the car sits there and people have driven by and seen it sitting there and sitting there and sitting there, almost you can almost count on the fact that in a couple of months you're going to wish you had the money that you turned down. And I saw it time and time again. So I think that letting my items sit out there on reverb and go stale is not a good idea. So I'm going to not do that. And in the long run, I may find that there are times that it's good to leave some out there if there's something that the right guy coming along and seeing it, he's going to have it. Those are a matter of where it may be a good idea to leave them on there, endlessly. But if it's something that's kind of somebody might buy it on a whim, or it's not really necessary, but somebody might like to have it because it might complete, a drum more accurately than a aftermarket part they've got, or whatever. uh, I may rotate some stuff out just to see how it all works. And yeah, I've been doing this for a while, but you never, even when you think you got it all figured out, markets change and tendencies change and trends change and all that kind of stuff. Um, anyway, man, we hit the 1,000 subscriber mark over the weekend, and I was thrilled to death about that. I am so anxious to see what the monetization looks like. Um, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if I don't have enough at the end of the month to rake up to, go rake together and go buy a cup of coffee. I have no expectations at all. What I do know is I need to get some more hot interviews going here. Had a really good one come out Saturday morning. Jeff Heinz that had filled in for Todd Zuckerman on March the 7th. We had the whole story. Turns out there was a whole lot more than met the eye with this guy. And he told his story, and it had really great reviews or comments, had a lot of views. He's in the number three spot, so he's actually shot up there. There's Todd over 40,000 views, Gavin Harrison over 20,000 views, and now Jeff. And he's around 4,000, I think, somewhere in there. Maybe I might be a little optimistic, but he'll probably hit five in the long run, and that's really good for my channel being still pretty fresh channel. I mean, a little bit over 3 months into this, and to have as many subscribers and as many views as we have, I think we've done pretty good. Just got to keep the momentum up. I got a good interview in post production, and hopefully going to have that out soon. This guy wants to review it before it goes live, and I got a lot of work to do. It was a really long one, and I've got it whittled down to about an hour and a half. Now, one thing that I am going to do is most of these videos, most of these interviews, I'm going to go back probably towards the middle of the year, if not a little sooner. Going to go back and rework these things and cut some sections. So if without spending an hour and 42 minutes watching the whole Todd Zuckerman interview, if you want to understand why he left Sonor, 25 years ago, I'm going to break that out and have that be an individual video. If you want to know what led up to him coming back to Sonor, same thing. If you want to know specifics about his current drums. So, things like that that would be of interest to I always say that to more than two or three people. But I'm going to go back and kind of do some breakout videos. So an hour and 42 minutes is a long time. And then the one with Jeff the other day was maybe 42, 43, 5, I don't know, somewhere in there. And analytically, a lot of people dropped off after 9 minutes. So, you got to keep that kind of stuff in mind. So, what I think I'm going to do is do these full length things for anybody that's, if you get home on a Friday night, you're drinking your favorite beverage and you want to watch one of these things all the way through while munch on some chips or eat a pizza, that's fine. If you really want to get more to the crux of a particular issue or not issue, a particular topic with one of these people, then that's going to be available for you pretty soon too. And anyway, I'm still looking for input. I'm still looking for more people to interview. Got several lined up, several in the works. Having trouble getting people nailed down on times and all that. But I think we got some really good stuff coming, and I'm working on some different types of content that we've done. And I'm just open to suggestions all the way around. Anything Sona related, I'm game for. So send in your suggestions to drummandstage@gmail.com, and I will respond, and we will go from there. And till I talk to you again, I hope you have a great week. Thank you.